Hi. How's everybody doing?
Whoop.
Hello, hello, hello. I don't see anybody talking in the chat. What's going on?
Ooh. People are in trouble.
How's everyone this week? Is everyone's week going okay? Did y'all get your shocks and surprises?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking down because I'm shuffling the tarot for later. I'm cleaning them out. See what's going on. We'll be doing tarot tonight. I am going to go over some aspects that are going on in astrology because we've got some big stuff coming. I know some things have happened to some people now or in this last week. But let's see. I'm going to kind of explain it to you guys and we're going to really go really slow. But I need to make sure that everybody can hear me. Can you let me know if you can hear me well? Do I need to turn my mic up? We're doing this a little differently. Usually David is in the background doing all the stuff, all the animated stuff, but I'm doing that on my own right now. David's here. He's teaching me how to do it,
Hello.
just in case.
Yeah.
Where's your late note? Where's my late note? Y'all, so did y'all see my note above? It's Mercury retrograde. I'm here. Can hear you fine. Okay, thank you. Letting me know that you guys can hear me fine. Hi, Catherine. How are you? How's everybody doing? So we probably have some latecomers coming. I mean, we're starting like an hour. Wow, that was a long time. That's really late. Now y'all know I have grown if I can show up an hour late, because that Virgo South Node, for me, they used to give me anxiety so bad. I'd be there like an hour early someplace, right? So y'all know I've grown. I'm here with saying night to grandson. Oh, hi Kathy. So we have Tammy, we have Kathy, we have Catherine, we have Lorna, we have David, of course. He's on chat with, I mean, you guys can hear him.
Yeah.
So there's some big aspects going on, but here's the thing. If you don't really know what's going on in astrology, you're not going to get it. So I'm going to go really, really slow. And I've done some charts. And this is just to give you an example or a thing that's going on my Discord, so that you guys can see how I'm teaching you guys, how I'm helping you understand with the weekly tarot and basically the weekly astrology. So, hi Zenaida, how are you? Hi Maya. Maya, didn't you join us on Discord? Yeah, Danny, hi. Oh, Cindy, glad to find your website. Hello from New Zealand. Say hello, everybody. So we're having a lot of fun on Discord. There was some shenanigans. There's some revolutionaries going on while I was off the other night. I've been working hard looking at these aspects really deeply at what's going on, what's going to be going on in society, what's going to be going on, in different areas, and what's going to be going on personally. Plus, I have clients that I'm seeing, but all of that, I was like busy. I've been really studying these charts and doing a lot of mediumship and stuff. And so one night I heard that a couple of people on Discord had a nice get together. Right, Danny? I'm not sure who it was. Nobody named any names. Nobody came forward. But I heard that y'all had some the group over there, we call them revolutionaries. So instead of revolutionaries with a V, we call them revolutionaries with a B as in boy. So I heard the revolutionaries were having a great time. So if anybody wants to confess now before I put my third eye over there and see what really happened. I may go easier on you.
I wonder who it was.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure you weren't part of it, David.
No, I don't know. This is news to me.
No, that's exactly what Discord's for, though. I want people to gather. I want the community to be built up. We're having a great time over there. Again, there's a free tier, which is the general, and then there's two other tiers for right now, which is one is like where you get the weekly tarot, weekly astrology. I come in there, we do calls, stuff like that, and then we have it's not my top tier yet, but it's the top one for right now. That's where I'm teaching what I know. So that's where I'm teaching like the astrology. We're going to go really, really slow. I haven't started the classes yet because I'm waiting for more people to join. I want to give people a chance to join. But that's where we're going to be having most of our lives over there. That's where we're going to have the dancing and the singing, and we can have the top 40 music, the old music, the new music. We're going to have movie nights. We may have karaoke night. I don't know. We're still just like we used to do it on Periscope. That's why I did Discord. So because we have that option to do that. So just kind of want to see how everybody's doing. But we are having fun over there, and we'll put the link. It's in my community tab here on YouTube. but I'll put it again, and maybe David can add it here on the chat so that you guys can see it. Oh, I'm sorry. The other way to do it is to go to my website. So simplycindy.com. If you go to my website, David had a tutorial last week on my live here. So if you check my last week's live, I didn't get a chance to clip that out and put it in a small video for YouTube. But if you go to last week's live, he'll show you where you can go to my website and then join the Discord. Okay, and again, you can join for free, but there are other tiers where you get more access to me, where you get more of my teaching, where you get more, you know, there's going to be there's mediumship there, all kinds of stuff. So, David, I see that. David.
Hey?
David says, I don't know what she's on about.
What's she on about? I don't know.
He knows exactly what I'm on about.
I don't know what she's on about.
Okay, so David just put the Discord link on there. Finally, sheesh. I know, it was retrograde. Because David's teaching me how to do it on my own. In case he can't do it sometimes, right? I need to get better about doing it on my own. All the back, you know, like this, my avatar, the different screens. You know, David, he's got it really complicated because he's good at what he does, but now he's got to teach it to me. So what we thought was only going to be 10-15 minutes ended up being an hour. And then with retrograde, we have to do it slowly because things will mess up. Kathy says, I did get my account fixed. I need to reactivate it. We'll do that tomorrow. What a fun mess that was. Yeah, Kathy, I'm going to show I may use her as an example if she'll let me about what's really going on with the energies right now. So, Amy, I was just talking about some revolutionary stuff that was going on while I was working hard. That y'all had a gathering and got together. Yes, finally, Kathy, it was hot today. Was it? It was Tammy hot today? Because that's funny. I looked into it last night, I think, when I was meditating, and I was going to ask you if it did get hot. Because, did it get to 80? Because I put the number 80 in there. I mean, I know we're all working on it, or we all worked on it, but I kind of changed it and put the number 80 in there. And that's Fahrenheit. I'm not sure. The Canadians use Fahrenheit or Celsius? Okay, it's 24. Yeah. Ooh. Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That reminds me. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was 80. Yeah, so last night, I don't know what made me think of it, but last night in my meditation, while I was doing my meditation, I was like, oh, let me go check on her weather, right? So I went that way, and then I was like, oh, let's just make it 80, because she really wants 80. So I don't know how I did it, I just said we're going to put 80, and I put 80 on there. I don't know how to describe that, but I went in there and I said 80. It's really hard to teach this, because I'm so used to doing it on my own, right? Because a lot of people have wanted to learn from me how to do this, and I haven't taught very many people. I've only taught a little bit of people, because I had to, like, you know, the Virgo South Node, I had to, like, perfect it first, my way of doing it, right? You still want it hotter? Okay, well, I did put 80 on there, so yeah. Well, alright. Everybody, maybe we can make it 90. You want it 90? You want it real hot. And it's funny, because over here, we're having a really cool time. I mean, it's really cool. It's cooler over here than it usually is. Which is fine with me. I like it that way. But it wasn't just me putting the 80. Don't get it twisted. Everybody's energy, it was already working in that way. I just happened to put the number on there, right? So everybody, thank you for doing that with her. It worked. You guys did it. So Dang, that's too hot. Exactly, Amy. 80's way too hot for me. It's been 50, 60 over here. I mean, it got 65, and I was like, it's getting a little warm here. We need to cool it down to get it lower. I need it 55. I need it 50, 55, somewhere through there. I mean, I'll do 65, but even that is like, okay, it's getting a little warm here. But just so everyone that worked on it, just know that y'all did that, because there's no way. It was raining and raining and raining and raining. I mean, there's proof right there that you can do this. Where Tammy was, it was raining and raining and raining. We stopped the rain, so we stopped the rain first, and then we raised the temperature. You can do this stuff. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds freaky, but I'm thinking that there's a lot of people awake now that can handle this stuff, right? So, I've always sounded crazy in my life. That doesn't matter to me, but it doesn't matter to me how I sound, because I already know. I've been doing this all my life. I've known things since I was a child, and people didn't understand, right? But where I get a little contradictory is like, I want people to understand that this is possible, that these things are possible, that it's not some magic woo-woo kind of stuff. It's possible, right? Yeah, like it's not like, because that's what they've wanted for us for a long time, centuries actually, is to keep us busy doing other things so that we don't expand ourselves, so that we don't evolve ourselves, so that we are stuck in these spaces where it's work and, relationships that can't go right, and trauma and trauma and trauma and trauma, and it's ridiculous. Like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that, and I'm hoping everybody else is done with that, but it's not until we all get together as a collective that it will be done. But again, that's what this Pluto in Aquarius is going to do for us, right? So I was wrong. It reached 27 Celsius. I just asked. Wow. Cindy, I saw it part ways on the radar. Half went east, half went west. Is that what you meant to say? I believe. That's cool. But we did it, you guys. See, you just proved to yourself that you can do this, and we can really do it when it's a collective. So if we get our collective energies and our collective, because your mind, you can think of your mind not just this way, but it is this way too. You can think of your mind as like a frequency toner. So you're going to get into a specific frequency, or you want to, right? Well, your mind is the one that's the dial on the radio. That's the button on the stereo, right? To tell you that you want 98.6 or 90 blah 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 blah. Your mind is that. Like, it's the thing that can direct you to go in a specific frequency. Does that make sense? So if we have a lot of consciousness into that specific frequency, well, then that's going to become the reality. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
I'm giving everybody I know we're like delayed a little bit. Okay, so I'm just kind of getting everybody together. Danny. David, you got a honky tonk rhythm. No, that's me, Amy. I'm doing this on my own. David's around in case I mess up.
I do EDM. She wanted to do the damn jazz, so I'm like, okay, do
it's not jazz, it's blues. I had jazz earlier.
Oh, you changed
Get
it
it
to
right.
blues?
Get it right.
What?
Kathy says, yes, I pre-picked parking spaces. Yeah, that's another cool one to do. I mean, it's good. I like it. Oh, sure, Amy, now that you see that it's me. She's like, no, I meant I liked it. Yeah, no, Kathy, what Kathy was saying, she says, I pre-picked parking spaces. And that's a great one to do. When I, like, decades ago, when I first started practicing this, that's the one that I used to use a lot to just practice. Where I would just get the front parking or a good space or a da-da-da, you know. Y'all didn't seem to like David's, but y'all never know. So yeah, practice that. Like just envision. Remember, when you envision, when you visualize, or imagine. When I tell you guys, visualize or imagine, right? That's your brain directing the energy to a specific frequency. Does that make sense to you guys? So visualize you already having the front space and then getting out of the car or smiling as you do it, right? Get the sense of that. Get what you feel like when you're...
That's good.
You know how it is when you get a good parking spot and you're like, yes! Like, visualize that. Get the emotion. So if the brain... I guess we're going to do this now. If the brain gets you on the specific frequency, right? If it directs it to that specific frequency, you still need, like a car, you still need gas, right? The emotion is the gas. The emotion is like the gas pedal. The emotion is the forward emotion, right? So emote, motion, right?
I said, I wouldn't dream of
Right.
it.
Yes, so Amy says yes, and I always hear you say, remember, it's not manifested because it already is, has been, and will be. Yes, it always has been. It already is. I'm going to try to teach you guys, so in the labradorite tier where I'm teaching, I'm going to be teaching some manifesting, and I'm going to be teaching a different, I found a better way through
I said I was a
spirit, I guess, through our higher selves, right? About how to explain this, right? So, if you think about it, let me give you the premise in a different way than we've heard it before, okay? That's really tough ego strip though. Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
That's good.
If all of these things are already in place, right? And we are the direction, the emotion, the frequency finder, our consciousness makes it physical. So when we are aware, then that's what makes it physical, right? Which is why I have that video from a long time ago where I tell you about how they did the particular study, right?
But you did.
If you think of yourself that way, let me not get sidetracked. If you think of yourself that way, so I am the machine with the consciousness that makes things physical, and there are several ways to make it physical. But from our point of view, but from a bigger perspective, if we understand that always, like you already are, these things already have, that space is already there. It's just not what we call manifested or made into material, physical, until we put our awareness on it.
A leap of faith for
So
sale.
if you can
Eat your
think
ocean.
of
We said,
your life, a
That's
life, and but let's think of three of your lives, right? Let's think of three of your lives. One where you are married, one where you're not married, one where you have children, right? No, I'm sorry. One where you are married, one where you're not married, one where you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's not a spouse,
Don't be
though,
thinking
right?
we're gonna be
And so
impressed by any of your
you already are one without,
one
one married, one not married, and one with a boyfriend or girlfriend, right? A partner and not a spouse, right? Those are already there. That's a hard concept, but those are already there. Now, what makes them visible, physical, livable, experienceable, is that even a word? But experience, where we can experience it, is us, consciousness, as the machine, AI, I don't know, our soul, when we put our attention, again, with our brain and our emotions, then we step into that specific frequency that's already there. We didn't make anything. It was already there. It always has been. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's almost like you're... This is going to confuse people, though. It's almost like you pop in and you pop out. You pop in and you pop out. Because say the one where you're married, then later you're not married. So then you're going to actually pop into the other one. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope I'm not getting too above myself. Or above. I want to help you guys understand. And then we'll quit talking about manifestation, but I just wanted you to kind of sit with that. Okay. It's almost like you're popping in and popping out from one to the other to the other. Because one life doesn't mean it does not correspond with other lives that you have. They're like waves. And we decide, when they're waves, we decide to make them visible as we pop in. Does that make sense? We either allow ourselves to experience it or not. And both are fine. Absolutely. That's perfect. Okay, good. I hope y'all, so I just want y'all to sit with that. But I'm kind of giving you that stuff because that's what I'm teaching. That's what I'm going to be teaching in the Labradorite subscription part of my Discord. I'm teaching that kind of stuff. I'm teaching astrology. I'm teaching tarot. But for today, let's look at some astrology. Now, I got to make sure that I do this right, so y'all bear with me if I mess this up. Okay.
Boy.
Hold on a second. Let me think about what I have to do. Hold on. So y'all talk amongst yourselves. Yay, I did it. I mean, David helped me, but I did it. Okay, so, everyone, just a second. Oh, you know what? I think I did it wrong. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, perfect. I did it right this time. Oh. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, good. Okay, guys, just bear with me. I'm gonna do this. I promise I'm gonna do this. Okay, let me catch up on what people said. We have some fun plans in store for these years. Yeah, Amy, I hope to be in tomorrow. If all goes well, Cindy will tell you the story. Oh yeah, Kathy had to learn some stuff. Okay, so can y'all see my mouse? I mean, yeah, can you see my mouse? Let me know if you can see my mouse. You should be able to. And I know you look at this chart and you're like, I don't know what the hell that is. That's right.
Yeah, you can see the mouse.
Okay, perfect. All right. No mouse. She says no mouse. Oh, you know what? There's a little bit of a lag, so you're gonna see it in a minute. Okay. All right. So here's the big deal that everybody is talking about, and we're gonna go really, really slow. Okay. Y'all know. You don't know what this is yet, but this, for some of you, will know. Some of you won't. This is Pluto. Okay. This right here, where I'm putting my mouse, it's Pluto. There are some things that you have to know. At 0 degrees, that's a very strong degree. Remember, I told you guys, 0, 15, 22, 23, 25, 29, and 30. Those are very significant degrees. That means, like, it's potent, it's more activated, right? So, 0 degrees Pluto is right down here, right? He's in Aquarius. He's going into Aquarius, right? Remember, he's retrograded. He went into Aquarius. He's coming back. Remember, we talked about this last week. He's coming back to Capricorn, right? Because Aquarian didn't let him stay long. Aquarian just let him stay in the living room. Remember, we talked about that? Aquarius only let Pluto stay in the living room, and Pluto's like, hey, I got 20 years with you. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go slow, right? Because you know Aquarius. He's quirky. He don't want to let everybody know what he's doing, right? So he's like, well, I have to do it because it's the good of humanity, and you know how Aquarius is, right? But then we have this aspect. So Aquarius is what we call a fixed sign, right? So his quality is fixed. He doesn't like to budge unless unless it's his choice. He doesn't like to budge. Taurus up here is also a fixed sign, which means he doesn't like to budge, right? Now, if you look, Pluto is at 0 degrees, and on the 16th, if you look here, the 16th of May is when we start this big transit that all the astrologers are talking about. This is when Jupiter, benefic, you guys, I'm trying to think of another word, a planet that is, they all support us, but we think of Jupiter as the great, like, he gifts. Jupiter likes to gift things. Jupiter gives us lots of presents. Jupiter gives us understanding. Jupiter gives us, Jupiter's more upbeat, where Pluto gives us a lot, but Pluto gives us a lot by taking stuff away. Pluto gifts us things, right? Does that make sense to everybody? I'm trying to go really, really slow. So Pluto is in Aquarius, and on the 16th, 0 degrees, very important degrees, Jupiter is going to move into, or what we call ingress. That means it's moving into a new sign, Taurus, who's also a fixed sign, right? Now, we've been dealing a lot with Taurus because we have to deal a lot with Taurus if we're going to get Taurus to move. And remember, with all of us, we have every sign in our chart. We have every sign within us. Every sign, or this wheel, tells me that it's an area of your life. So this right here is the horizon. You look here, horizon. Now, whatever's here is what we call your ascending, because it's going to be ascending. It was where you were born when the sun was coming out. But people forget about their descending, right? This is underground. This is the bottom part. This is the top part of the chart, right? So the top part of the chart is the outer world, the outer stuff, our career, other people's money, relationship with others, understanding the bigger world, the universe, source, God, spirit, blah, 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 religion, da, da, da. Your career here, internet, groups of people, da da da. This 12th house is the in between. This is the connection between everything out of this world connected to this world. Does that make sense? The universe and us, the higher than that. Okay, so when you look at the chart, this is the outer stuff. So we've got this inner stuff, this stuff that we'll be thinking about, mulling over, figuring out. We got that going on with this Jupiter who wants to give us things in Taurus, right? Now here's where people get confused. This is what the chart looks like. This is where the stars and the planets are in the sky right now on, well, not right now, but on May 16th. What you guys usually look at is a birth chart. That is like we took a snapshot, a picture of where the stars and the asteroids and the where they were at, which would mean the houses, right? Where they were at. It's like we took a picture of that as soon as you were born. That's your birth chart. It's like a picture, and we take a picture of it because it's a tool for us to use to be able to give us clues about how we want our life to go, or why things happen to us this way, or why is it that I see it this way, or why is it that I have this habit, or why is it that, you know, I went to this career, or why is it that I have these types of friends, or why is it that I have this type of partner, or why is it that I have 5 marriages, or why am I single for the rest of my life? Like, it's all of that. It kind of tells you. So it's almost like a map for you. Okay? That's the difference between a birth chart and what I'm showing you now. What I'm showing you right now is the chart that it's going to look like where the stars and the planets are on May 16th. Does that all make sense? So, on May 16th, Pluto is going to be, excuse me, Pluto is at 0 degrees Aquarius, which it's been, right? Because Pluto's a very slow-moving planet. Jupiter, 0 degrees, going into Taurus, right? Now, remember, Pluto's coming back out of Aquarius, because he only went in for a minute, but Jupiter's going in to Taurus for a year. So from May 16th, 2023 to like May 18th, I think, or May 24th, 2024, Jupiter, the benefic planet, the one that wants to gift you everything, the one that wants to help you understand this better, the one that wants to help you expand and grow more and be more of what you want to be, that's going to be moving into that area of your life. Wherever Taurus is in your chart, that's the area that's going to be really amplified, right? But here's the thing. We've got that, this, and then we've got some other things going on that I'm going to show you charts of. So right now, I'm just going to show you kind of what's going to happen. You won't understand it yet, but I'm going to go over it with you guys, okay? So right now, so on May 16th, these two are going to be talking to each other. They're going to be forming what we call a square. You guys know a square is like one saying one thing, one saying another, but they're both trying to get you to the same place, right? That's a square. It's what we call a harder aspect. Okay? So on the 16th, these two start, it's almost like they're looking at each other at the table. And they're like, I know what I got to do, but I got to talk to Pluto. You know, Jupiter's like, God, I just want to give them blah, 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 but I got to talk to Pluto. And Pluto's like, here she goes again. Here goes Jupiter. Just trying to give everything away. Like, they don't have to work for it. Like, they don't. And Jupiter's like, if Pluto would just not be so, like, he doesn't have to have the tough love. He doesn't have to, like, you know, it doesn't always have to be that they have to be so deep. And can't they be a little lighter? And can't they be optimistic? That's Jupiter talking. And Pluto's like, they're not getting deep enough. They're not working on themselves. They're not looking at the red flags. They're not da-da-da-da-da. Does all that make sense to you guys? That's kind of what they're looking at each other at this point, right? And then they're going to move. So let me go to this other, before I do that, yeah, let me go to this other chart, okay? So that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So give me just a second.
I did nothing. I plead the fifth.
Y'all are not gonna believe this.
She's on mute.
Give me a 1. And David was the only one that heard me, and I was like, only one person said 1. Okay, let's start over. So what I've done for you guys, give me a 1 if you can see this and read it and hear me now. Danny, don't laugh at me. Thanks for saying something, though. I would have been on mute forever. Like, why aren't they listening? Can everybody give me a 1 if you can hear me? And if you can read what it says on the chart, okay?
Beauty. Beauty, I tell you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So with... you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to get this, though. I'm going to get it. Okay. So with this chart, this aspect. So Taurus, remember Jupiter, right here. I think, can y'all see that mouse? Can y'all see my mouse now? I don't think you can. So, remember when I showed you guys Jupiter going into Taurus and Pluto going into Aquarius, right? You know what I'm thinking? When exactly did my mute go on? So did y'all even hear me talking about the other stuff? Okay. Alright, so here's the thing. Down where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down where it says 5, and you see that's Pluto in Aquarius. It's at 0 degrees, right? Pluto is the transformer. Pluto is the mystery. Pluto is the intensity. Pluto is the unknown passions. Pluto is making you face your fears, right? Okay, you did hear the other stuff. Okay, so I put this here so you guys can see it. This is how I'm going to be teaching over there. I've already got all the charts over there. I'm really excited because it's going to be really, really easy. I know it looks confusing right now, but that's because I'm having to show everything. But over there, when I'm teaching you guys, we're going bare bones. We're going to start with just a empty wheel. We're going to start with the characteristics of the sign, the symbols of each thing, right? So
Yeah, it's gonna sound fun.
it is fun. It's like just doing it is a lot of fun. So this straight line, the big red straight line that I'm showing you guys, that's called a square. That's, I think y'all, I don't know if y'all heard that. This is, Jupiter is moving into Taurus. Pluto is in Aquarius, right? This is on the 16th. This is what I was saying before. Did y'all hear about the birth chart compared to the chart now? Right? Did y'all hear that part? Where your birth chart, let me know if you heard that part, because that's important. Okay. So this line, y'all hear when I said Jupiter's looking at Pluto right now. Pluto's looking back at Jupiter, and they're at the table, and they're like, I'm about to have to talk to this fool, because Pluto's like, I'm about to have to talk to this fool because he's just too hyper and too happy and too he just gives everything away. And Pluto's like, you have to take it away because they didn't see the red flag. Did y'all get that part? They're not seeing the red flag. They're not paying attention to what really is. And I got to get them on their destiny. And Jupiter's like, why does it always have to be so dramatic? Why does it have to be so intense? Why can't we just have love? Why can't it be straight? Why can't it, and they're not even talking to each other yet. They're just looking at each other, right? So that's what's formed a square, right? That's the hard aspect that we're talking about. Because when they start talking, because they are going to be talking from 16th through the 20th, even more than that, but really talking where they're like almost could be yelling at each other. They're saying the same thing, they just coming about it in a different way. And that reminded me about a TikTok that I wanted you to see. So this hard aspect, this is what we call a square, right? So the thing that it's asking you to do personally, right? And then society to do, and then the world to do is, what do you need to let go of that makes you feel safe, secure, stable, and happy, which in turn will make you at peace, right? With yourself, with the things around you, with the situations around you, with the people around you. That's Taurus. Taurus is like, Taurus wants safety, security, stability, happiness. Taurus will like stay somewhere even if the situation isn't right. If he's comfortable, if she's comfortable, they will stay in a situation because they're comfortable, they're secure, and they're safe. Happiness comes later, right? But because they're both talking, that's what we need to be asking ourselves. So in Aquarius, wherever that area of your chart is, and in Taurus, those two areas are being asked this question. What do you need? What do you need to let go of down here? Remember, below the horizon is within us. Out above the horizon is the outer stuff. So Taurus being up there, and of course this moves around, right? But for right now, when they start talking, it's about, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to transform? What no longer serves you? What's outdated and old? What is all of that? So that you can have a better understanding, so that you can have the gifts come in, right? This is just them talking. This happens on the 16th. Then we're going to move to the next one. So hopefully I can do this right. I know, I'm working on it. Okay, I think they're both. Same, hold on a second. Hold on just a second, sorry. I think I got the wrong chart. Hold on.
Tried to hide from the regrets, forget the past and leave it all behind. Carried along her heavy heart inside. That breaks a little more with every tear she cried. And sometimes she thinks she should give it all up, 'cause she gave it her all, but it was never enough. And it's only getting harder all the time. She would wait for tomorrow, but it just never came. And always then.
Okay, I got it. Sorry, guys. Oh, you know what I want to do first? I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Remembers how you watched him slip away through the haze of booze and pills, of smoking news of
Okay.
hope and pain.
Alright, so if you look, this is on the 16th. So right when they're starting to talk, this is what I wanted to show you. Right when they're starting to talk, you see how everything's moving? Now that's the 19th. So the 16th through the 19th. Now, if you look, you've got Jupiter and you've got the North Node right next to it. So this has to do with your destiny, right? What y'all don't see coming is that we're going to have this fixed Grand Cross, right? So we've got Jupiter all of a sudden on the 19th. You're like, this is part of my destiny. Your understanding is getting a little bit bigger. You're still talking with this red right here. See this square? But now the North Node has entered the conversation, right? So they're still talking, they're still squaring, they're still trying to get you to the same place. So this may feel to you like, I want to be safe, I want to be secure, I'm tired of the way this has been, I know I need to let go of some stuff. But then you get to this fear of Pluto, like, oh my God, but if I let go of this, what do I do? If this happens, what will happen? That's never happened before. Or in the past, I've done it this way. I've always done it this way, but it's not working. Like, you're getting these sort of questions, right? This is what this aspect is. But your North Node, your destiny of what you came here to be more of, is like joining with Jupiter to say, it is time to let go of these things. This, remember, this North Node, South Node. North Node, South Node. Pluto is the transformer, but so Scorpio is too. Y'all know that I think of Scorpio as the rising phoenix, right? Scorpio is very intense, and this is Scorpio down here. So you've got this two energies that are kind of the same, with these two energies really pulling at you. And then here comes a third. This Mars right here is at 29 degrees. So you're really being pulled. Opposition. This is what we call an opposition. So you're going to be pulled in 4 areas of your life. The Pluto, the South Node, the Mars, and then the Jupiter North Node. So right now, this is why y'all all feel like it's chaos. This is why you feel like I don't know what to do. I kind of see something, but I don't really see it, so I'm not going to move. I'm really confused. I got a lot of pressure. I'm feeling like I got to do something, but why isn't it coming about? Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet, so I'm not going to move because but that's Taurus. Taurus wants to see it. Taurus needs it to be tangible for him to move, right? Where these others don't necessarily have to, right? Like Leo doesn't. But Taurus, which is the most North Node, the bigger thing, the thing you're trying to get to, has come in with lucky Jupiter, but he has to contend with Scorpio, Pluto and Scorpio, right? Pluto, who's ready to like throw it all away, but then you have your South Node that's like, we've done this for several lifetimes. It's time to let some of this shit go. Right? And then you have Mars, who's the god of war, that will just come right now in this scenario. Reminds me of Gen X. Because Gen X will blow every fucking thing up and we don't give a fuck. and we will start over again. Let's just blow it up, start over. Like, that's Mars. Mars is that way. Does that make sense to everybody? So on the 20th, right here, this, guess what? Jupiter is 0 degrees. Mars is 0 degrees. Pluto is 0 degrees. And the North Node and the South Node are 3 degrees. But you guys know I like my orbs between 0 and 3 degrees to make it an actual aspect. So even though they're off a little bit, they're still there. And they're still talking, right? They're talking closely. So, do you understand the sort of chaos that's going on and why it's going on? Because you got all these energies in 4 areas of your life that are about to like it's just pressure welling. It's just like, oh my God, I got to do something. I know I have to do something. I'm tired of this way. I don't want to do this anymore. I am done. I want to make myself stable. I want to make myself, all the things that Taurus is. Make myself feel comfortable. I don't have to live this kind of life. I have done a lot of work. I blah, 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 you know, the things that you tell yourself. But you have a habit. You have your South Node. You have a habit. And Pluto has been trying to tell you guys, all of us, he's been giving you red flags, right? And then you got to contend with Mars over here now. Right? So this, give me just a second. This is where I'm going to change this. So thank you guys for bearing with me, but I'm going to do this. So hold on. Okay. So this is what we call, some people will call where it's just part of the triangle, which is Pluto over here, Jupiter up here, and Mars over here. By the 20th is what we'll call a T-square, because Mars is opposing Pluto, but it's squaring, Mars is squaring Jupiter and the North Node, and Pluto is squaring Jupiter and the North Node. That's what we call a T-square. But I'm throwing in a fixed grand cross. That's the big square. All of these are involved. But do you see why I made these lines bigger than the bottom lines? Because the bottom lines, they're not exact, but it still forms, to me, a fixed grand cross, right? So this is a strong transit because we have 0 degrees. 0 degrees, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 aspects of 0 degrees. This is a strong transit. You want to look at your chart. This is how you're going to do it. You want to look at your chart and you want to see if you have any planets at 0 degrees in Aquarius, in Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. And that will tell you the areas of your life that are going to be activated, right? And this is about letting go of old, outdated ideas and belief systems. It's also, on a bigger scale, transformations of religions, institutions, transformations of authorities in religious, right? But these are some of the questions that you need to be asking yourself, or these are some of the things that you can see or that will come up for you, is like things that are inspiring and intense. This is why I wrote all this down so you guys can see it. Ambition and desire, right? Ambition and desire from up here, from your Taurus, your North Node, your ambitions, your desires from Pluto, right? Your drive, but materialistic. So when these two get together, when they start talking, these energies come about. These are what we call archetypes. So inspiring and intense, ambition, desire, drive, materialistic or greed. So those are the little bit of negative aspects, right? But maybe some of y'all need to have more greed, be more materialistic. Just don't go overboard, because Jupiter likes to intensify and make everything big, right? So you can sort of get out of whack with that. Sort of that I'll do what it takes to get what I want kind of thing. Some of y'all need to do that. Others of y'all need to back off from that, right? But that's where you need to like look at your chart, or that's where you need to consult you know, an astrologer like me or somebody else, whoever. It also can bring up obsessions with anything. Anything that makes you feel safe, anything that makes you feel secure, anything that makes you feel comfortable. This theme could come up, where it's almost like an obsession where, like I said before, I'll do whatever it takes, whatever I need to do to get what I want, because I'm tired. And here's the thing, I heard this from a client this week, and I'm going to use it, and maybe she's watching, I don't know. But she said, you know, I'm not tired, I'm weary. And that was like the best description I've heard in a while. Because I don't think we're tired, I think we're weary. I think we're just done with a lot of this stuff. And that's why this aspect, these energies are always here to help us. That North Node is like, it's time to move into the luxury, into the stable, into the secure, into the comforts of life. It's time to let go of your old habits. I'm trying to think of how to say this. I know of people that have a long-lasting dis-ease because in their other lives they had a long-lasting injury, and they brought that belief system into this lifetime, and then we let it go. Like, that's kind of where we're at. Like, it's time to let some of these go, but we have to face our fears because we're so used to doing it one way, and that's always made us feel better. Or even if it didn't turn out right, we still feel comfortable with it because we know exactly what's going to happen. Does that make sense to everybody? So, but the good thing is that this aspect, this whole thing, you're going to be let me say this aspect of Jupiter and the North Node squaring Pluto can bring really big success. It can bring really big success, right? And when you're done, you'll have these feelings of rebirth and completion, like, oh my God, it's finally over, I did it, right? It's almost like a relief, right? There's some redemption as well. And there's like this cleansing and this healing that goes on, this purifying that goes on, right? Like that's what you'll feel when this is done. And this is going to be going on from, it starts on the 16th and it ends. It doesn't, you guys know that they don't just end. We're going to be moving and kind of slowing into a different energy, but it's almost like on the 25th or 26th when the sun moves into Gemini, we'll kind of get a spark of like, you'll get the relief. You'll be like, this is exactly what I'm going to do, right? So you're going to be feeling all this pressure. You're going to be feeling this indecisiveness. You're going to be feeling like you have been, and it's just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Does that make sense to everybody? So I'm going to show you an example. So does anybody have any questions about that? I know I spoke a long time, but I'm trying to like, it's really hard to do the back part and do this. That's why I'm so lucky to have David.
It's tough, yes.
Yeah, and so like these are handouts and stuff that I'm giving my people, or not my people, but the people that have the subscription. These are the handouts and the stuff that I'm giving them so that you can look back on it, right? This is kind of the perks that you get for coming, for having me teach you, for coming to my classes, for doing those things, right? For supporting me. So I just want you guys to know that this is what's been going on. This is what's going to be going on. And this is until probably the 25th, 26th, when the sun, 22nd is when the sun moves into Gemini. You'll kind of feel like that relief, like I know exactly what I'm doing, but there's going to be this harsh aspect first. You got Mars is the ego. Mars wants to do it my way. I've always done it my way. It works out my way, which is not the truth because it doesn't always work out his way. But he's the ego, right? And Pluto's more about let's look at everything. Let's make sure we include everything. Like Pluto's more about I think you're only seeing it in a narrow-minded way, your way, when you kind of need to open up the perspective. So you have this opposition going on, Mars opposing Pluto, where it's like this struggle, power struggle, power struggle, power struggle, right? So I'm going to show you guys. I won't go over a lot of this because I'm doing this in my class. But this will kind of give you a better idea of this grand trine. Okay, here we go. Okay, do you see these aspects here? This is about up here. So we've got up here, we've got Pluto. We have Taurus. This is about, again, belief, luck. Do you see this opposition where Mars and Pluto are opposing? This is power struggle. Mars wants to do it his way. Pluto says, yeah, how's that worked for you so far? It hasn't, right? And so Pluto's trying to like take, right? But then you have the south node. And it's Scorpio. So not only is it like you've done this many lifetimes, but it's also because it's in Scorpio, it has to play by Scorpio's rules, which will make you face your fears, which will also have attachment, obsession, right? These are things that you don't want to let go of, that you know you probably should let go of because they don't serve you anymore, right? This is where this Scorpio, this South Node is Scorpio, attachment, but how does that apply to you? It can make you feel like there's loss, like there's grief. I've always done it this way. This is how I do it. This is the way that I think. This is the way that I know it. This is and you're learning a different way and you're not doing it. You're going to learn not to do it that way because you're going to let it go. Most of you are going to let it go. And if not, we have the transformer over here who's going to help you, who's going to put you back on your path, who's going to it's not like you ever got off your path, you guys know that, but you kind of veered a little left or a little right, and it's going to help you. So, you'll be feeling stuck, you'll be feeling pressure, confusion, resistance, stubborn. I feel pressured, but I don't know what to do. The 0 degrees, remember, 0 degrees to me is 0 point energy, which means it's just a lot of chaotic, a lot of energy, but it hasn't been formed yet because you haven't put your consciousness in it, because you haven't directed it, because you haven't formed it, right? And that's why you're feeling like I gotta do something. I have this pressure, but I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to go yet. I haven't seen the light. I haven't been shown. Remember, Taurus, he's tactile. He wants to feel it. I haven't seen where I can do such and such and such. I haven't seen that if I let go of such and such that I'm gonna get that, right? So when this happens, though, it's really important with your North Node of showing people that this is your how, when, what, why, right? Your North Node. Like, this is why I do it, because this is my new belief, because this is my new understanding. But right here, at this time when this Grand Fixed Cross comes in, we've got Mercury. Remember, it was retrograde, it's about to go direct, and now it's coming closer, and it's going to be talking. So not only do you have the higher mind, which is Jupiter, you're going to have the lower mind, which is Mercury. Communication. How am I going to communicate this to the world? How do I want my life to be? What do I want to show for it? What do I want to feel like? What do I want, right? But here's the thing, because Pluto is the slowest moving planet, it will be the most influential. Like, it's only Pluto over here, and he's got to go up against these three up here. And he's got to go up against Mars. But he's slow moving, which means he will have the most power. He will be most influential. And I've told y'all, do not mess with Pluto. He will take it away if you don't do it. So, my suggestion here is that if you see the red flags, it's time to deal with them. Because if you look here, and you've got this pulling you, and you have this pulling you, and you have the lower pulling you, you have the right pulling you, you have the left pulling you, you have from above pulling you, right? They're all trying to, like, different areas of your life, trying to say this, trying to do that, let's do it this way, da da da, this is activated, oh my god, I gotta deal with this, oh, what do I do with that, da 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 da. Like, that's where you kind of feel all this stuff going. The best thing to do is to sit with it, because that's what Pluto's asking. Sit with it, refeel it, rethink it. You have a higher mind here that's going to help you understand how to do this, what to do. But because it's your choice, you need to sit in it and then agree, this is how I want life. This is what I want in my life. Not, oh, I just want a partner in my life, or I just want $1 million, or I just want to be happy. What does that mean? Like, you haven't even said the details. You haven't even formed any of it. You're just like, I just want to be happy. Well, what does that mean? I don't know. I just want to be happy. That's kind of what they're saying. Like, we kind of need to know what you want. We kind of have it all here for you. You just got to make decisions. You got to make choices. You got to take some action, right? Some people are like, I just want $1 million. Okay. What do you want $1 million for? What are you going to do with the $1 million? How do you see yourself getting the $1 million? You know, like, what do you want that for? I don't know, because everybody has it to make me rich and blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, what does that mean for you? Like, that's all they're asking. That's all these energies are asking. You said you wanted a specific thing, particular things that you want in your life, the North Node. They're just asking you to, so Pluto really is asking you to sit in this middle. Sit in the middle. Let all the energies come. It's going to feel confusing. It's going to feel chaotic. It's going to make you face your fears. It's not going to feel pretty. But I'm telling you, you have help from above. Isn't it funny how that's above? Jupiter's above. The spiritual connection, the spiritual understanding, the bigger mind, as well as the lower mind, right? To let go of this old, to let go of what you brought here that no longer serves you. Does all that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
And with that, that ends the, I'm going to go deeper into all of that in my class, but that ends that part of it. Now, hold on a second.
Hey, hey.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot of information.
Lots of information. Oh boy. It's scary. Oh, and Lorna, thank you for joining the server.
Oh, Lorna joined? Thank you, Lorna.
Yeah, Lorna joined.
That's awesome. Thank you. So here's the thing. Here's another understanding of Jupiter, because it's going into the newest sign, right? It's going into Taurus. Those of you who like rituals, those of you who like to do things like a celebration or ceremony. When you go, on the 16th, on that day, when Jupiter goes whenever Jupiter goes into a sign, I always, on that day, will sort of do the things that I really want to do, because Jupiter expands stuff, right? So, especially if it's going into your first house. So if you're Taurus rising and it's going into your first house, but if you're a Scorpio rising, if you're a Leo rising, if you're an Aqua rising, right? If you're an ascending, Aqua ascending, Taurus ascending, Leo ascending, all of that. If you will, on that day, just try to have great thoughts. Try to see your life the way that you want it in the next year, because Jupiter is really activated that day when it goes into the sign. And think about the comfort and the pleasures. But keep yourself in a good mood. Keep yourself in positive thoughts. And that really helps with Jupiter. It sort of is telling you, remember, we are our thoughts are the vibration. Our thoughts are the direction that the vibration, like the dial, right? So if we're thinking, this is how I see it, this is what I want, this is how it is, and it's positive, then guess what? It sort of sets the tone for the next year of how Jupiter's going to help you out. And this is just the first part of Jupiter. Jupiter's got like 5 or 6 other aspects that are going to be going on in this next year. I'll be talking about those. Excuse me. I'll be talking about those on the amethyst. We're going to be talking about what Jupiter is going to do all year long. But he is going to make a lot of people rich, a lot of people stable, a lot of people comfortable, a lot of people, It's time, because we've been dealing with energies that are sort of unstable, that haven't given us the grounded work, that haven't like put ground under us, or made us do it in a way that we're like, ooh, well, it's here now, but does it stay, right? We are now moving into a sign where it's going to stay. That's Taurus. Y'all know Taurus is like the turtle. It doesn't move. He stays. So that's sort of the energy that's coming up. You guys are all quiet. Is it because I'm talking too much? I'm shuffling the cards.
Oh, shuffle cards, you say?
Yep. Hold on, I got a cough. So the next part we're gonna do is I've decided to do some tarot. So we're gonna do some tarot. Okay. So let's do some tarot.
Oh shit.
So who's first?
Amy.
So I'll give you guys each 2 or 3 cards depending. I mean, there's not very many people here, so I'm only gonna do it for a little bit, but I'll either do 1, 2, or 3 cards for each person, because there's not very many. So who wants to go first?
Amy.
I mean, don't jump up. I guess people don't want me to do tarot. Maybe they're just not used to me doing tarot anymore.
Tammy.
Yeah, there's 11 people.
Tammy. Y'all better pick her. I'm gonna hog it off to myself.
Okay, Alejandra's gonna go.
Oh, Alejandro. Hello, hello.
Alright, Alejandro, what's your question? And we'll see what we get. Or do you just want me to do a 3-card spread and see what we get? It's kind of up to you guys. Let me know if you just want me to do a spread and see what I get. Or do you want me to, or do you have a question? Okay. Yeah, David, be sure to remind me so Lorna's after Alejandro.
Okay. Lorna.
Okay, and then Kathy's after Lorna. I'm just waiting for Alejandro to answer me. Okay, I want to know if my trip is gonna go well. Okay. And I'm sorry, you guys aren't going to be able to see the cards because I have my avatar on. So I got to work on getting another camera to be able to do all that. I mean, I have another camera, but it's a DSLR and it just takes way too long to set up. So, okay, so in November, I feel like you're not looking at it correctly. I feel like you're looking at it. So you got the 5 of coins. You're welcome. So you got the 5 of coins, which means that you're looking at it like you're suffering because of it, or you're lacking because of it, or you're going to be, something's going to be taken away from you because of it. Is that correct? I do see that something comes in for you because you have the Knight of Wands on top of it. So it's almost like is this a trip that like you're having to go, but you don't, or is this an actual vacation? Because I feel like you think it's going to be draining, but I feel like there's an opportunity there that's coming to you. You're just looking at it incorrectly. Okay. So I feel like it's going to be, well, here's the thing. I'm saying I feel like it's going to be, but they're saying, so they're saying you could change this. I have to go, but there's a lot of leisure time. Okay. So I feel like, and the leisure time is the Knight of Wands, which means you get an offering, you get something to go with that, and it's fiery energy, so it's wands, right? So I feel like for me, that it's exciting news. It's not even news, it's like a gift or an opportunity, but it's exciting. It's something you're attracted to. It's something that you like. It's something that you want. So I feel like maybe that's why I'm getting the 2, because I'm seeing that part of you is going to be drained. Part of you is not going to see it correctly. And the other part that sees that they get this opportunity, like you get an opportunity in a different direction. I don't know how to say this. I almost feel like part of what you have to do, it's going to be draining. The other part, you're going to get opportunity. But what I'm getting, because you have the 4 of Swords, is that you're prepared for this. You just have to wait and let it unfold for you. And maybe that's what, all of this stuff that I was just talking about. Like, sit in the energy. I know you're being pulled in different directions, but really sit in the energy. And you'll find your answer in there. And as soon as my line of work is draining, but condensed in time, makes 100% sense. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, here's the thing. They're saying there's nothing more you can do right now except for sit, wait for the opportunities to come. Remember, when the sun moves into Gemini, you're going to get some clarity, and it's going to be time to move on some things. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, next was
Lorna.
Lorna's next. Okay, Lorna, so when we call your name, can you just tell me whether you want a general? I think she wanted a general. You did say you wanted a general. But you might have to say it again because I forget when I'm channeling. Yes, thank you. That was amazing. You're welcome. Okay. So I'm going to do
Lorna.
the most important, the thing you're not seeing. I'm having them tell me how to do this. The most important, the thing you're not seeing, and what you can improve on. Okay, the most important, the thing you're not seeing. Oh wow. The thing you're going to grow into. Okay, so with the most important, I got the moon, which tells me that there's times, this is what I'm getting, there are times where you can be really literal, and you can be too hard on yourself, and maybe a little too judgmental with yourself and others. They need you to be the Gemini. Yeah, they need you to be the Gemini and see it, because it's the moon, see it with some grace. Whatever this is that you're thinking of. Because they said you had an idea. So whatever it is that you're thinking of, whatever this is, they need you to see it with softness, with grace, in a different light. Maybe not be so judgmental on yourself or others, maybe not be so harsh on yourself or others. And then what you need to see is you need to look in a different direction, but they just said that in the moon, because you have the seven of coins, which you have all of these resources, all of this stuff right next to you, but you got your basket, it's right next to you on your left, and then you got the basket on your right, and you're like, it's empty. Like, I have to go way over there to try to find it or fix it or get it or have more of it. But it's like you have this whole stuff in your closet that's on your left-hand side. Does that make sense? Because there's news that you're going to be getting that's going to change things. Now, you got 2 coins and the moon. That to me means physical, tactile. But this page of coins is news, right? But it's news that forms into physical, material stuff. Does that make sense? So whatever this is that you think you're lacking and not seeing in the right way, because you are looking in a different direction, you need to, they're telling me again, sit with it, because you're about to get some news. Yeah, but this has to, so you've been hard on yourself, but it's not in the way where you're like talking down to yourself or anything. It's in the way where you're almost like seeing, so I'm seeing that you're seeing like it never happens. It doesn't work out for me. Oh, you know what this reminds me of, Lorna? It reminds me of the other day when we were talking, and I think I told everybody about it, where you're like, I'm not seeing, you know, I didn't take the picture, and I'm like, wait a minute, you had them specifically come and shake your hand and tell you how good you are and thank you very much for every time that they visit. These are people from out of the country making sure to come to you, to shake your hand, and you're worried about not being, it was the way that you were looking at it. You were like, but they don't listen to me, nobody sees me, my what I say isn't important. And I'm like, wait, you just told me 4 different stories where you are important, but you're worried about this picture that you didn't get into, right? Okay, that is what I'm seeing. Like you're being too hard on yourself. You're I guess there's something that you want or some direction that you want because you don't see it right now. Yeah, because you don't see it right now. You're like almost giving up on it, or you're still searching, but it's like your heart wants to be in it and it isn't in it. And they're saying, yes, please get back in your heart. And we need you to see it in a different perspective, just like the perspective I showed you. You were only seeing that you did get something, and I was seeing where you got 4 other things, and it was only the one thing that you didn't get, right? It's just a change in perspective, because there's some news. So the best thing to do for me, that I'm telling you, that I'm getting is just be gentle with yourself, but listen to your inner self, because almost like soothe yourself for a little bit, because the news is coming, if that makes sense. And it's tangible. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like, you know, news where, you know, it's just, it goes nowhere. This is going to go somewhere. But you know what direction, like you know the area that you were talking about. I don't know that. They're just being very general with me, because you said general. Also, what you may have felt you needed at the time and didn't receive was not the best for you. Something better will be, maybe. Yes, absolutely. Also, that sounds right, actually. Yeah. Okay, who's next? I hope that helps.
You said Kathy.
Kathy. And Kathy wants a general too?
And then Tammy, yeah.
Okay. Kathy, just think of whatever it is that you want to in your head. They know. And I will write it out. I'm sorry, you said Kathy and then who? Tammy. Okay.
It was Kathy, Tammy. Of course, I gotta do Danny and Amy.
Yeah.
I got
There's
you,
a
Amy.
Christine too, right? I don't know if Christine wants me.
Christine. Let me see, Christine. I think it is here, Christine. No, Christine just said hello.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's see. Were you going to do past, present, and future? Oh, you are about to transform. So I have in your past, in your recent past, you have the Two of Swords. So there was something that you were... Well, this is kind of all of us, but there's something that you were trying to make a decision on about going this way or this way with it, but you felt like you didn't have enough information, you didn't see it correctly. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I kind of want to do, but I don't know exactly what to do. I don't see the details. I'm feeling like, I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel like, Kathy, I feel like you're in the state a lot. Is that true? Is this true, Kathy? Oh my god, I guess it is true. That next card. Okay. I know it takes a minute to get... I feel like you... So my question is, are you in this state a lot where you're just like, I don't know what to do, I don't know which way to go, I don't know what to do, I'm overthinking, I'm going. That's what I'm feeling in your energies. Like, I don't see it enough, I don't feel it enough, I can't do it, I don't know, like it's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Because it's almost like you're, like you wait, I don't know how to describe this, like you're wanting to do, like you have this clear thing, yes, looping, that's exactly it. Like you have this clear idea about what you want, but then you start talking yourself out of it, and then you talk yourself back into it, and then you talk yourself out of it, and then you talk yourself back into it, and you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? So, you had this was in your recent past, and what you've done, because you have the Seven of Cups in your present. To me, when I saw the Seven of Cups, I was like, wow, she's got a lot of opportunities coming her way, right? This is Seven of Cups for me. Lots of things that you'll like. They're all like sitting there and they're waiting for you to decide. But I do see, because you have the Death card, that you do decide. It's almost like you have, I used to call this, like you used to have, like people would have FOMO. Like, I don't want to pick one if I'm going to miss the other. And what if I don't do that one right and then I messed it up for all the other stuff? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You have to make choices. You have to participate in your life. And it's almost like you're waiting for your life to just unfold in front of you without participating. Well, that's the best. That's what they just said. That's the best way to describe it. That's me really channeling. You need to participate in your life more. You will do it. I have the Death card. But you need to stop waiting for it to happen to you, and you need to be part of making it happen for you. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. I hope that helps. Alright, who's next?
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
Tammy.
Yeah, because you're about to transform. You are. I mean, I'm telling you, when Pluto's involved, we're going to do it. It's none of this, well, but here's the thing. If we don't take the action, if we don't do this, what happens is, by the end of this transit, when the sun comes out and we still make the choice not to do it, you're going to feel very drained. You're going to feel drained. And you're almost going to feel like you didn't accomplish anything. Even though life is probably exploded. Not the whole life, but, you know, a part of your area of life is exploded. You're going to feel really drained if you don't participate. Okay? So it's going to happen. When Pluto's involved, there's no, well, we have to sort of help this along. But no, there's none of that. Pluto is not playing, I'm telling y'all. You don't do it, he does it for you. Because he is getting you back on your destiny. He just is. That's what he does. Okay? Get in the loop, Kathy. Okay, Tammy. Did she... Oh, general. Okay.
General.
Alright, let's see. And I'm so used to not saying the cards that... And just showing them on camera, I gotta remember to say what card I'm talking about when I start channeling. Okay, hold on. Who was it? Tammy or was it Kathy? Who was it that did the Aquarius Pluto thing, and the thing she didn't want to do or has been not seeing, or she did it on her own, right? I think I need out, Tammy. I do, yeah. In the herb class, I'm going to be teaching about a plant that's very good for looping, and there's been several people that have been helped with that. Okay, here we go. Tammy wants to know what she's not seeing. Where's she going? What should she do? Ooh. Okay. So, whatever the situation is, Tammy, so what you're not seeing is the Seven of Swords. Now, to me, the Seven of Swords is like you've been fighting, or you're aggressive about something, or you have your mind made up about something, or you're doing something in some situation. They're not showing me the situation, but it's almost like you pull back to get some rest from it. That's what you're not seeing, that you need to pull back. Does that make sense? Can you let me know if that makes sense? So there's almost like I just need some confirmation from Tammy. I'm not sure what I'm pulling back on. No. This is what you're not seeing. It's like you haven't pulled back, but you need to pull back, right? It's almost like you're ready to fight. You've been at it, but this is the card of something you haven't seen, something you're not aware of, and they're trying to make you aware. Okay, so they're saying what you haven't seen is that you need to pull back from whatever some of these situations are, because I don't feel like it's just one. It's like you're ready to fight, you have the resources, you know what to do. I mean, I call it a fight, but it's not really a fight. Like, these are things that you're trying to get done, or you're trying to do for yourself, or you're trying to do for your family, but it's like you keep going and going and going and going and going, and you haven't stepped back. And they're saying, well, you're saying you have rested a lot more, but we need you to step back a little bit more so that you can see the bigger picture. Because the Seven of Swords to me is like you're in the battlefield and you're at war, but you haven't won the war. It's like you've been in the battlefield for like 24 hours and it's time to go rest. Everybody kind of separates and goes and rests. And what you do when you rest is you get inspired and you get ideas about how to win this war. How do I do this? What do I do? But you won't know that until you pull back, right? And then the second card was, where do you want to go, right? What do you want to do? And this is the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins, to me, she's a beautiful queen. So whatever these situations are, you want to be the provider. You want to be the stable one. You want to be the one that it's not the wands where it's like I want to be the hero, but it's almost like I want people, friends, relationships, whatever, to be able to come to me for those resources, right? I feel like you're the charitable one. You want to be the charitable one. You want to be the one that's really stable so that if anything happens to people around you, you got it. And you don't have to worry about it. And again, I don't feel like it's one thing. I feel like it's several things. So maybe you want to be the person that people come to in your family or with your friends, that they see you that way, right? So this is the Queen of Coins. This is who you are want to be more of. Okay. So that's in your present. And then I asked, what can you do to like be more of that, to get in that continued state, right? And I've got the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is very different than the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords is has been through a lot. It's not like the Queen of Pentacles hasn't, but the Queen of Swords has had a lot of trauma, and she's come through the trauma very gracefully. She's healed herself. She is, she had to learn to love herself, and she did. And when she did, she healed a lot. But she is not like a water sign who will forget. She knows exactly the type of person that you are when you come to her. And she is not afraid to cut you off. She is not afraid to say no. She doesn't have to do it in a mean way. She can do it very gracefully. But she will not let her boundaries be crossed. Okay? That's what I feel like you need to do to keep and continue this big point. So you need to be, you don't need to be the Queen of Swords where you're cutting people off, but you need to be aware of the boundaries that you have with people and situations. I'm hearing an organization too, so I don't know if that's true, but I'm hearing an organization. I hope that makes sense. Okay, who's next?
And then after Tammy, it was Danny and Amy, and then it's just Christine because she said she wanted general.
Okay. So Danny's next.
Yeah, Danny.
Okay, Danny, did you want a general or do you have a question?
Danny.
You're welcome. Hugs back.
No hugs. Only a second.
What'd you say?
I said no hugs. Maybe just a second.
Hi, Danny. What a source Pluto want you to work on that I'm not seeing. Okay, let's see. I laugh because you're doing a lot to work on yourself. And here's the thing. You're a Capricorn, so you're skittish right now. You're like me. You're actually like me. I am not messing around with Pluto. Whatever the stars say, whatever energy that is, I'm gonna work on it. Like you're almost traumatized PTSD from it. But you are doing a lot. But let's see what specifically an area. I feel that because I'm that way too. I'm seeing it. I'm gonna do it. But you're joining the classes. You're talking to me. You're getting a lot. Spend more time with the group. You're doing all of that. Like you're doing what's needed. And if you step a little bit out of line, you have some support here that will help you see it. So let's see. What is the most important thing that he needs to focus on right now?
Well, party hardy.
Well, are you going and you haven't stopped? Because they're saying he needs to rest. And I know you took a nap the other day, but they're saying you need to rest. But didn't you have that problem a while back too? Let's see. What is the most important thing?
She said,
Let's see what I see. I'm literally in bed right now.
We're gonna take a trip late tonight. We're gonna be in a haze. We're gonna drive by your house when you're asleep and make sense of 1,000 days.
I'm looking pretty deep in this, Danny, and I'm seeing like you're such a sad boy sometimes, and I'm gonna call you boy, but I know you're a man. But I'm seeing this like sad boy that just wants to be happy. And I feel like you're just like, if I could get that one thing said, or if I could get that one offering, if I could get that one, like I see a one on a lot. Like if I could get the one offering, if I could get the one apology, if I could get the one, yes. And I feel like So know that you are going to get some news with this whole transition, with you know, what I just talked about in the chart. You are going to get some relief. You are going to get happy. And I know you've heard me say this for many, many years now. But as much as you understand that you have to fill your own holes in your heart, because all other people do is fill them for you for a little bit, and then that gets drained because it was never theirs to fill to begin with. You're still trying to do it that way. It's almost like, it's like the overachiever. If I was just a little bit more, then they would see me. If I just got this thing, if I just got this degree, if I just got this accolade, if I just got this one person, if I just got this, I keep seeing that. But you're in a transition, and you are working on it, and it is going to happen. You're just like I was telling, I don't remember how I was telling, it's just a different perspective, different perception. That's all you're working on, is your different perspective or different perception about how, I know you're doing your best, about how you see. Like it's okay to want love from the outside, but if you haven't healed what's on the inside, and some of us don't even, for some of us it took us a long time to even look at it. For some of us, it hurts too much to think about it, but that is the best way, is to like heal those parts of you that have the holes. Because it isn't until then that the vision that you see comes to you, attracts it, you pop into it. Like what I was talking about, like you pop into it, into the perfect relationship, which we all know it's perfectly imperfect, right? Or perfectly imperfect. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be perfect for you, right? I almost feel like you want to be happy and you don't know how to be happy, and you're trying everything because you're a doer. You do whatever. If they say go run 5 miles and that's going to make you happy, then you'll go run 5 miles, even if you've never run before. Like, you're a doer, you'll do it. And you keep searching and you keep doing. And that's going to come to you, but that's what you need to work on, is healing within. So you said the big thing, that's the big thing, is that heart needs to be healed some more. And it does take a long time. I mean, since you've known me, it's about, like, did I love? And I have loved, and then I've got, you know, this thing, that this relationship that I attracted, and why did I do that, and what's going on, and is this salvageable, and all of that, right? And to help, I have the strength card. And again, it's about what's going on within you. It's about, and this is all coming about with those transits too. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be transformed. You are going to get some news. Yes, I want to heal so I can contribute more to people around me. You are going to get that. So something is coming that's going to change your perspective and your opinion about this. Okay? But I have the strength card, which tells me when you get this, remember that I just don't want to do it for everybody else. I want to do it for myself. Use the strength card. Know that you're resilient. Know that you're resourceful. Know that when you're like me, when nothing comes, when you can't see it, you will pull it out of your ass. You will just pull it out of your ass. You're that resourceful. It will just come from nowhere. All of a sudden you'll be like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. That's why we need in-person hypnotherapy sessions, Cindy. Exactly. That will help a lot. Like, I can't wait till we can do it, Danielle, where I can see, is there, what happened in your past life with your other relationships? Why is it that this is happening? Why is it that you feel like you cannot love yourself as much, right? So let me see where we're going with this. Daniel. Then I have the 10 of Wands.
Boy.
So the 10 of Wands is like, I'm going to do it, because the 10, you do it. You do pull through this. I almost feel a little bit of, I'm not trying to diagnose because I'm not a doctor, but I feel a little bit of sort of depression. It's not depression. It's just melancholy. Like, remember what I said earlier? I think we're all weary. We're just weary. We're waiting for those things to come about, and they haven't come about. But that's because we've been in that energy of like forming it, trying to figure it out. Well, now we have not figured it out all the way, but we have been forming it. We just haven't finished it, and we're at the end. We're at the end where we're just weary. We're just like, God, is this over yet? When is that life gonna be for me? Like, I've been working on this for a long time. It's past tired. It's weary, right? So you have the 10 of Wands. So with a heavy heart, with the burden, I feel like this can happen, Daniel, where you can bring this stuff with you, but you have the opportunity right now to so in this energy that I'm seeing right now, it's like, I've always gotten over it. I'm gonna get over it. I just need time. I just need rest. I just need time. I just need time with Cindy. I just need time with Amy. It's like I just need... You're trying to do it the way that you've always done it, and you cannot. I just talked about that in the charts. But we do it that way because that's all the way we know, because that's what made us comfortable. Even if it doesn't work out, it still makes us comfortable. It makes us feel safe. It makes us feel like, okay. But Pluto's like, how's that worked out for you? You're still dealing with it. You're still dealing with it.
Oh.
It's time to like move it. Right? And so in this energy right now that I'm seeing, it will get done, but I'm seeing that you are gonna, with a heavy burden, move through this. And I kind of know some of what's, going on. So I kind of feel like you'll do what you need to do. Danny, you have like the Queen of Cups on the other side. Now, is that the same person that you're with? I don't know yet. But what I'm seeing is that you finally get the... you finally get the support. I'm not even going to say love. The support that you need to feel comfortable. This isn't just about love. This is about you feeling comfortable in your skin, you feeling comfortable with your thoughts, you feeling comfortable with how people see you, you feeling just comfortable. You got a lot to work on with that. A lot. Because it's not just one thing, it's like several things. So, you're going to get there, but the thing right now is I'm going to go back to the Page of Cups. I would sit with how you see your life. You don't have to put anybody's face to it. Like, make them all faceless. But how you see being comfortable. You're a Capricorn, you know how to be comfortable. But how you see being comfortable. Right? Without being the martyr. Without having to give up so much of yourself. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll spend more time with you over there. But I hope this helps for now.
Good day.
Okay.
Good day. Amy Lou.
Is Amy next?
Yes. Amy.
Amy, do you have a specific question, or do you want... You're welcome, Danny. I love you.
Amy.
Of course he's got this. He's a Capricorn. He don't fail at anything. We just need to change his perspective a little. Okay. Amy, they already told me. She wants an answer to it. Whether what she did earlier this week was okay, and is she doing the right thing right now? Is that correct?
Ooh. 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 You got this, Amy Lou. Don't be talking trash about Amy. I'll fight
Said,
you. I'll fight you.
Let's see.
I got you, Amy.
Did she? I don't know what you did, but you got an offering coming. So whatever you did, whoever you pissed off, however you stood your ground, you have the Knight of Coins. So you've got an offering. To me, is money, gifts, material, whatever it is. Like if you've asked for a raise, or if you wanted a different position for more money, or if you wanted less hours and more money, or if you wanted I don't know, a house from your family. I don't know what this is, but you're getting an offering. So you got the Knight of Coins, so the Knight of Pentacles. And that's your answer to being okay with what you did earlier this week, right? Yeah, you do have that. I'm seeing a lot of gold on here, so I don't know if you asked for more money. I don't know if you... Maybe, like, I don't want to be so responsible, but I still want the... Like, I deserve the accolades. I deserve the money. I deserve... Like, I deserve because I'm an expert at what I do, kind of thing. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Well, there you go. That's your answer to that. And then, what do you have to do? So, wow, you got 2 pentacles?
Oh.
If you get a 3rd pentacle, you need to go to the casino. I'm telling you right now before a 3rd pentacle
Oh.
comes up.
Baby.
You have the 8 of Coins. So I was asking, what do you do right now? So that you got the 8 of Coins. That means continue to work and do what it is that you were doing. Continue to do that. Like, stay focused. Stay working. Stay doing what you need to do. Like, don't get off track. Because I know you Aquarians, we can sort of get off track. I don't know how to explain that. We'll get in our heads and then get off track. And then, like, rethink what we did. No, you need to continue. Stay the course. I'm hearing stay the course. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I'm hearing stay the course. And then you have the Fool energy. I mean, the Fool, how many times have I talked about that tonight? The 0 point energy, the 0 degree energy. It's like, you need to start thinking about how you want this to pan out. How do you want this? What do you want the result to be? Exactly. Like, what do you want? How do you see it? Because I'm seeing the Fool. I'm seeing that it's already there. You just have to go in and form it. I'm seeing that the world is your oyster kind of thing. Working position of 2 people and basically running an office. Yeah. Well, it looks like you're gonna get your... Oh, I'm hearing what they want, what they mean by this Fool. So when you get the offer and then they say blah, 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 don't overspeak and say, like, I'm going to give you an example. If they say, well, you know, you're getting the raise and you're getting the thing and you're and you know, you don't have to, but if you could work on a Saturday and you're like, oh yeah, because you're thinking, I'm getting all that, I should work on a Saturday, right? I'm saying no. They're saying they're saying no, do not do that. You stand your ground and you say, no, I will not come in on Saturday. You will give me that raise. I will work less, and you will give me another person to help me out. Okay? What do you mean, how do I know?
I told you.
What do you mean, how do I know?
You
Because I'm
say
channeling.
Eagle eye. I told you she hears it in the ether.
Because I'm channeling what they're saying. I'm just telling you what they're saying.
Told you she hears.
That's my MO. I always say, oh gosh, no, not that's okay. No, do not say that. They're saying stay the course. That's why I want you to envision how you see this. Like, for me, I'm going to give you an example. For me, not for you, but for me, if I was envisioning this, I'd be like, okay, I get to work 2 days at the office, 2 days at home, barely working at home, a lot of rest. They're still going to pay me double because I've had all this experience, so they're paying me for my experience and my knowledge and my profession, and somebody else comes to help me. So I don't ever have to think about a Saturday or a Sunday or an emergency or an on-call or all that BS. Okay? So when they come to negotiate with you, do not remember you have been working in that Taurus house of value. Do not say, oh yeah, I'll do it. No, I don't even want to hear that coming out of your mouth. What should be coming out of your mouth, if you think, oh, I'll do it, I want you to say, let me think about that. Let me think about that.
Do I like that?
Say that. Let me think about that. I'll get back to you. And then, I mean, you didn't say when you get back to him. Get back to him in 5 minutes and say, yeah, I thought about that. That's no. When you can finally say it. But do not say yes. Okay? That makes sense?
Last one is Christine.
Okay, Christine, did you want a general? Did she want a general?
I think she said I'd look.
I kind of want to say she
Yeah,
wanted a
general.
Yeah,
General. You got
Man.
this, baby.
okay. 50
Don't worry.
years that
I'll
I've
kick
been...
your ass,
It's been
Amy.
50 years that I've been channeling. Probably before then, but I don't remember because I was little. But
I'll kick your ass,
it
Amy.
still makes me laugh when people say, how did you know that? How do you know me? I don't. I'm channeling. They know you. You're welcome. I love you. And I'll talk to you this week. We're all over there on... Amy's on there all the time. Amy was the good one. She wasn't the one doing the extra, all the extra stuff. Right, Amy? You were not in that group. I mean, that was spot on. Awesome.
Amy. Amy's innocent, I tell you.
Okay, let's see if we're Christine. Of course not Amy, never you. David?
But
Okay, let me get Christine's energy.
Mm.
What's the most important thing she needs to know right now? Okay, so you have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords tells me that whatever this is, you're not moving on it. That you feel like you've probably... Part of you feels like maybe I've done enough, but the other part of you is like... This is weird. Christine, I almost feel like you're... So I'm feeling like you don't even tell yourself the truth sometimes. Like, does that make sense? Because I'm feeling like I don't want to know it. I don't want to know the truth. I don't even want to know. I just don't even want to know. Does that make sense, Christine? Because I feel like you're talking yourself... I feel like you're talking yourself out of something. Yes, Catherine, we sure will. Christine, can you tell me? I feel like you almost know that you should do something and you don't because you're waiting for it to happen. Okay, thank you, because I'm feeling like two. I'm feeling like you just don't want to know the truth, but you want to know the truth, but you just don't want to know the truth. It's almost like you know the truth, but you just don't want it to... Yeah, it's almost like a belief if I say it or if I think it or if I sit in it, then it will come true. Even though it's already here. You're just choosing not to see it. So I feel like right now, whatever this is, you're not doing that. You're like talking yourself out of it. You're like talking yourself away from it. Christine, please, before I turn over another card, listen to what I'm saying. Girl, because I love you and I don't want Pluto to come fuck you up. Because he will. He fucked me up. He will fuck you up. I'm telling you right now. If you do not act on your red flags, this goes for all of us, he will come and tear it down. So I don't know what this is, but he will come and tear it down. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This is why I talk about him so much. Because he's very prominent and he will be for the next 20 years. He was already for 20 years. This is why everything's changing. That's how powerful he is, because his job is to get you on your destiny, which you said you wanted here before you came. And if you're here and you're like, nope, don't want to see it, he's going to be like, oh well, tried to show it to her, she didn't want it, so here you go. I'm taking it away. It's gone. Now figure it out. Okay? When we were in Pisces energy, it's okay to like, I don't want to see it right now. It's all right. Let's do it later. Let me think of it this way. Let me fantasize this. Let me escape over here. I mean, that's Piscean energy, and that's what the Earth needed at the time. We are not there. We have Taurus. We have Earth. We have fixed. We have Pluto, and it is not the time to be ignoring red flags. Back in the day, we could ignore them and still get away from them. I mean, it caused us some anguish and stuff, but we still could get away with it. We cannot right now. We cannot. We can't. Pluto. He does. He does. Okay, so this is what she is now. What does she need to do? So is there something about you not wanting to take charge and not wanting to be seen for who you are? Hi, Cindy. My birthday's coming up. Yay! Yes, Grisel. I'll do you, and then we're done after Grisel. Okay? Well, I mean, I've got one before you, but then I've got you. Okay? So, Christina, I'm seeing that you need to step out in something, that you need to actually see yourself for what it is, that you need to take charge of this, that you need to, because for some reason it's like you need to be seen with this, you need to be seen about this, people need to know that you're that. Yes, I guess I've always been that way. Okay, so here's the thing. I asked what you needed to do. You need to be the leader. You need to step out. You need to be seen. You need to give your opinion. You need to have your boundaries. You need people to take some wisdom from you. Does that make sense? Because I think that's what you really want. But it's almost like you wouldn't give yourself that luxury. Or your ego. Yeah, I'm feeling like you buried your ego. Like, was your belief at one time that you shouldn't have an ego? Because I'm feeling like you buried the ego. You need to have the ego come back. And I don't say that very often, but that's what I'm feeling with you. I hope that makes sense. Let me see where this ends. Ooh. You got the Queen of Coins, so the Queen of Pentacles. And y'all, I have shuffled and shuffled these, so these cards keep coming out for a reason. So, I'm seeing that where you want to be is, again, kind of like, who was it that was the Queen of Pentacles, that is very charitable, is a leader that people look to, that's very gracious, that is very graceful, right? That is someone people look up to, someone people come to for certain things, when they want to feel better about themselves, when they want to, it kind of does. I've tried to be invisible most of my life. Yeah, honey, it's not for you to be invisible. Sorry. I'm sorry, but it's not. I don't say that very often, but you're not supposed to be invisible. Like, you're supposed to be out and about. You're supposed to be a leader. I mean, you know what? I wonder if you're one of us that are like, that need to basically step it up and go help. And by help, I mean, when people become aware. I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm just saying, are you one of the people that had decided to be invisible, that you're not supposed to be invisible, you're supposed to be a leader, you're supposed to be somebody that people can get wisdom from, that people can get feel safe in and comfortable in, right? So I feel like if you do this, you will be the Queen of Coins. I feel like you will end where you want it to end. I feel like they will see you as graceful. They will see you as wise. They will see you as stable and comfortable, and genuine and graceful, right? But you need to step out. You need to stop. I feel like you've been hiding. I don't know if it's behind somebody, but you've been hiding. And you kind of have been called to do things, and you just are like, you don't say no, but it's like you don't say yes either. Like, you keep it in the middle. It's that, I feel Piscean energy. Just that, oh yeah, okay, maybe, da-da-da. Like, you don't say yes and you don't say no, but in your mind you kind of already know you're not going to do it. But maybe if you got to it, you will. But then in your heart, you would feel like, I'm supposed to do this. Yes, that's been me. People do come to me with things. I hide behind the wheel of the big bus. Yeah, it's time to stop that. It's time to stop that. It's time to be seen. It's time to stand your ground. It's time to stand in your energy. I feel like you have this big energy, and you have made yourself very small on purpose, and you have this bigger energy. Remember, I don't even know, like a year ago when I told you guys on the live, we're like, I'm trying to get y'all to be out here big, and y'all are way over here. Like, I feel like that. Like, I feel like your body and your soul doesn't match your higher self, which is huge. Exactly, it's time to shine. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, who's next, David?
It was Catherine and then
Okay.
Russ.
Catherine wants a general.
Catherine wanted a general. And Gersel wants a general.
So two general. Again, Catherine's energy. You're welcome. You're welcome, Christine. Catherine, whatever it was that you're thinking about or looking at, yeah, it's going to be delayed a little bit longer. I don't know what this is yet. I just got, it just said it's going to be delayed. What is the most important thing she needs to hear? Yeah, you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, like the Queen of Swords, it's all mental, it's very decisive, it's like, more of the thinking kind of thing, but because it's the king and not the queen, I'm feeling like whatever it is that you need to hear right now, this has to do with some organization or some big organization. I don't know, I keep hearing the word military. So it's about being decisive, it's about thinking it through, it's about understanding that you can call whatever it is, but you have to make a choice. You have to make the decision too. Does that make sense? Or if it's not military, it's the organization. Like I see a big organization. I don't know what it is. So the King of Swords you can depend on the King of Swords because he's been through so much, like the Queen. Okay, good. So I'm right. Just want to make sure I'm on the right. And it looks like you're going to get the start of, I think you kind of already know that this is already starting, but you're going to get the start of something that's going to make you, it's going to go your way. It's going to make you happy. It's going to give you some relief. I'm hearing relief. You're going to get relieved because you have the Ace of Cups. This is something you're going to be relieved of. Now, it's the start, and I think you kind of already know that it's the start. That is true for you, because they're saying she wanted to know if that was true. That is true. It is the way that you're seeing it. Now, they're showing me retrograde, which means that you kind of have been working on this, or you kind of had been working on this, but you were waiting for something. It's almost like when you feel like you're going to get something, but you don't want to say you're going to get it just in case you don't get it and jinx it, right? That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And then what's the last thing? I got the Six of Wands again. So it looks like you will have the notoriety or the thing come to you, or I don't know what this is, but it shows that you're seen. It shows that people look up to you. It shows that you've earned your place, or you've earned your thing, or it has come and you're looked upon in a different way or admired, right? And that's what I'm seeing with this Ace of Cups. Now, they're telling me the Ace of Cups means it's a start. They're telling me to remind you that the cup is not filled yet. So you have to do your part when those parts come. Again, this energy, you're pulled in several different directions. Am I doing it right? I don't kind of see it, but I kind of see it, but I'm not really sure. Just continue to do whatever it takes, because you're going to get to that point. That makes sense? I hope that helps. Okay, and then who's the last one?
Last one is Gersel. And a general.
And it's her birthday. She's a Gemini baby, like me and Lorna.
Oh,
Good. Okay, girl. Makes perfect sense. Thank you. You're welcome, Catherine.
oh shit. Little Cindy's birthday's on the 27th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the good Geminis.
Oh boy.
I'm just kidding. I love my uncle when he's over on the other side.
Mm.
Okay, here we go. Happy birthday! Let's see what Spirit has to tell you. What's the most important thing? Oh, girl. I'm like, I didn't even finish my sentence and they were like, she needs focus. Is that true, Catherine? I mean, Gersel. Is that true that you need to focus?
Speaking of focus.
Oh my god. You have so many opportunities that want to come to you, and you are way in your head, and you are doing nothing about it. I want to show you what the cards are because tell you because it doesn't even matter. Like they're being very loud, not even specific, loud. You have all of these things that have either come and you've made an excuse for them, have been like offered to you, and you're like, yeah, I'll do it, but okay, and then you sort of do the other thing. But you're way, so it's like you're in your head a lot. You need to bring that down. You need to bring that down. You need to make some action. You need to like make some choices. It's almost like I get a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of that same feeling like you're waiting for it to unfold. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing you only have half the magic. Like you only have half the spell. Are you a witch? Or do you do magic? Because they just said she thinks she has all the spell where she can just make it appear, but she only has half the spell. Does that make sense? And there's no judgment here. You can be whatever you want. Like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother any of us, actually. I am just praying. Okay. So you are a witch. Okay. They're saying it's almost like you. Here's what I'm seeing. This is what they're showing me. They're showing me you go into the book, and they're showing me you get the spell, and they're showing me you're trying to work on the spell and do the spell and envelop yourself in the spell, but you don't understand that there's a part B to the spell. You didn't get the full book. So you're only doing part of it. And that part that I'm seeing is like you're doing it mentally, you're doing it in your head, you're like forming it, you're thinking it, you're spending time on it, you're meditating, you're praying, you're doing whatever. But then the opportunities come, and because you don't see it exactly the way that you think you should see it, you don't take the action, you don't make the choice, and then it goes by the wayside, and then that energy just kind of goes away and dissipates.
Damn, what a mood.
Does that make sense? So they need you. There's like all these offers. I'm seeing when I touch this card, I'm seeing like all these things of ways that your life can go that you're not taking advantage of because you're way too much in your head and you think that it should work one way and it doesn't. Yeah, that's a bigger question that I can't answer right now. Like, you don't know how, because I would have to like work with you. You know, I can tell you what they're telling me, and they're telling me you are way too much in your head, and you are not taking the actions. Let me give you an example. I'm asking, give me an example. I've told you guys this example several times. Let's just say you're supposed to meet the love of your life at the coffee shop or at a restaurant, right? But you have no idea, and you've been praying for the love of your life, and then your friends ask you out. You've been working 50 hours a week, and you're like, I really don't want to freaking go out. And they're like, just come have some dinner with us. We haven't seen you. You're always tired. And you're like, no, I don't want to. and you're like, should I miss my friends. I really want to, I really want to talk to them. I want to be with them. But that's just too much work, and I'm really tired, And so you don't go, but what you didn't know was that one of your friends was going to bring someone that was going to be attracted to you, that was the love of your life. Does that make sense? It's like that. It's like you have these opportunities that come into your realm, and then you don't take action on them. You don't make a choice about it, or you make too many choices and you don't do any of the choices. Right? Does all that make sense? It's like you are at 0 point energy, like we all are right now, but it's like you've been at 0 point energy for a while. And it's because you don't have the training, you don't have the full book, you don't have the full knowledge. And it's not like you can't get the knowledge, it's just that you don't have the knowledge. So you're working on what you've got. But it's time to find the other book. Let me put it that way. It's time to find the other book.
Ooh, I like that one.
I hope that helps. Alright, guys. You know the drill. Enough of me talking.
Go.
I hope you guys join us on Discord. We're having so much fun over there. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you, David, for teaching me and helping me and always being there for me.
Uh-huh.
And I will talk to you. If you guys are over on Discord, we'll talk to you tomorrow or the next day. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Bye.